It is what it is. I'm your main man, Mikey D, aka Stony Mike, and I'm here to give you a nice little Stony playthrough. But before we get into that Stony playthrough, you know what time it is. If you don't, allow me to elaborate. It is time to get stony. So, if you are inclined to join me on this nice little smoke session that I'm about to lay down upon you, be sure to load it up, roll it up, and smoke it up. Because now is that time to get in to that motherfucking time. So, I said that all kinds of crazy because I'm being distracted here. What wire does this go to? I don't recall this one. I have a wire that popped up out of nowhere. Or a USB cable that popped up, not a wire. A USB cable that popped up out of nowhere. What is? It's completely eluding me. And I can't see what it connects to. All the major things are on, so whatever it is, it's not important. Clearly it's not important. It's just distracting the shit out of me because it's like poking, and like it was looking at me like, let me do it for you. Like it was just looking at me all crazy. So yeah, it is that time of the year where I like to put ice in my bone. It's getting nice and toasty outside. Only if you're in direct sunlight, that is. Well, we still haven't got spring heat yet. I can't wait for it. But I love that sun. I love that sun. The sun being out is far, far much better than this weird gloomy ass fucking shit. You know, they told me when I moved to Washington, they were like, well, say goodbye to the sun because it's going to be like you're going to the UK. You're never going to see it again. It's like, that's bullshit. Because that's all seasons, which sounds kind of weird to say because when I was a kid, you know, everywhere had 4 seasons. But by the time I was a teenager, Alabama no longer had a fall. We Our leaves would just fall to the ground and then it would just get cold. That'd be it. Anyway, there was really no fall. And then it became like there's hot and then there's hotter. You know, for some people. To me, it was cold. And then I moved up here, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is cold. So I now have a different way of viewing the temperatures because I have developed. I'm one of those people now who can walk outside in shorts when it's snowing. I can do that, like legitimately. I don't like it. My bones hate it, but I can do it. And just forget about it. Like ignore it. You know what I mean? Like I can get to the point to where I can just ignore it. It bothers me, but I can ignore it. And I think that's just my like the adaptation factor inside of me. That's just wanting to adapt to my surroundings. But yeah. Anyway, get is do have it kind of toasty in here. I already had to change the ice out once when I was setting up. The ice already melted, so I made it not so toasty in here. Something about the smoke as it's cooled off like that just seems soothing. That's the word I would. By the way, I don't know how many times I've mentioned this. English is a language that I speak, and I have been taught since I believe it was like second or third grade to just speak English. But I speak another language, and sometimes I'll think of certain words to say, and so I'll mess up with a lot of English words a lot like that because of me trying to think of his the way certain words are said and certain sayings, certain ways of saying things are said in Gaelic. It use a word that in English distinctively describes what I'm trying to say, but just doesn't come out correctly. It comes out all fucked up. So sometimes that'll happen. So bear with me. If that happens, you know why. I'm not just speeding and trying to go through. I'm actually trying to say the right word, but I'll say it. But ass in terrible. So, today we're gonna watch Unusual Memes compilation v29 Unusual Videos. Um, I like unusual. Are these unusual? Who knows? But all I know is I'm gonna strike this bad boy up. See, I have a little itch in my throat where I want to cough, but I can actually not. I don't have to cough. So imagine if you can get the smoke from the beginning, like from right from the get go. As soon as the ignition happens and you're pulling it, if you can get the smoke to go cold all the way up until it hits into your lungs, or at least into your mouth, I feel like you can have coughless smoke sessions. Like I feel like that because I had a little itch in my throat that I just had to go to get rid of it, and that was it. Like that was it. So I do live by that old saying, "You ain't off till you cough." But I don't like coughing so much now that I'm older. It's not a fun fucking thing, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna be an old man and just literally piss or shit myself fucking smoking. So I want to go ahead and find me something that kind of eliminates. You know, I can hold everything in, but something I'm deeply afraid of as I get older. As I get in my twilight years. That's something I'm deeply afraid of. Just shitting myself. I just don't like the idea of that. I really just don't like the idea of that. I know that's a weird topic, but we're watching unusual memes, so we might as well talk about unusual shit. That is one of my deepest, darkest fears. Being old and pissing and shitting myself. Just don't want that to happen. Right now, y'all like, bruh. Pretty interesting. Anyway, so we're gonna start it out. It looks like somebody's getting their jaws jacked or something right here. What's going on here? It ain't hers. It could be. She's doing it like this. She probably left-handed. Yeah. Right? No. It would be like this. This way. Yeah. It would be like this. Okay. Hold the fuck up, cause that I would fucking eat that bitch out of here. Yeah. Oh fuck, dude, that was a whole bunch. My dude took a chug. He didn't even take like a little bit. He took a chug and just launched a whole bunch of shit. It went in her mouth. That's so disgusting. I hope they know each other. God damn, I hope they know each other. Oh my god, that's so nasty. That's why I never liked those dudes. Like, we've all seen them in the club or fucking any kind of social gathering where people hook up. Those people who will see somebody that they just met and start fucking swallowing their face. Just making out like crazy. That's some fucked up shit to do. My era was the last era you could do that safely without catching something. Dead ass. Like, and when I say my era, I mean the year I was fucking born in. Okay, I'm not talking about as I was growing up, because the year I was born in was the cutoff fucking limit. It was the cutoff limit, and it should have been even before then. It should have been way before then too. There is shit in this world that if you just so much as breathe it around it, you'll have that fucking shit in your lungs until your body can expel it. Like, there's a certain type of herpes. That's what I'm saying. Now I know you can't really get that shit, like, but my point is that you don't just be sitting there swallowing everybody's face. That is some of the most absolute garbage ass thing to do in this world, is to just that would always make me sick. Just seeing people just I remember I was like 12 or 13. I was at the skating rink and I saw these older kids just fucking swallowing each other's face. And then I saw that exact same girl go and make out with another dude at the other end of the fucking place. I was like, that's why you don't do that. Good food, not STD. That's and now it's done. And now it's done. You could drop an iPhone on a fucking carpet and it's gonna break. Like that's how flimsy and cheaply made those things are. And they're made by a little Asian kid in a factory far, far away, and they just don't have no care for what they do when they make them. So no, no, fuck an iPhone. I'll never buy an iPhone. You have to pay me the amount of money that that phone is worth every month to fucking use it, or the amount that they try to sell them for. They ain't worth a goddamn penny. You could, I'm telling you, you would have to pay me a shitload of money every month to use one of their fucking products. I don't fucking like Apple. I never will like Apple. That is, they lost so much trying to be greedy without looking greedy. Like they're greedy and they're very greedy, but they didn't want to look greedy, and in that process of doing that, they cut corners, they became cheap, and now China is their biggest producer.
This is Mr. Tompkins. Are you the one delivering the pizza?
Yeah, so unfortunately we have ate half your pizza.
Telling you first, you gotta.
That's some bullshit. Somebody made that. That was funny though.
Unlock this thing. EJ, come. Water.
You know, that's how I see some people eating. They'll literally take that burger and they'll throw that motherfucker all the way in there, goddamn. All the way in there. I could just see somebody doing that with a tech deck now. But like, look at my wrist. I could just see it. You're gonna let that last part completely the fuck out. I don't know. Cousins and I, right?
Bruh.
What?
Nice.
Serious? Freya, this is you right here. Freya, come here. Come here. Come here. I want to show you something real quick, and then then you can leave. You see that right there? Do you see that? That is you. That is you, a fatty, looking like fucking Winnie the goddamn Pooh. Why are you licking my nose? Why is my nose the first go-to thing that you like to lick on me? Man, you got hair everywhere all over me. You want out? Okay. I will be right back. Come on. Yeah. He'll be back in like 5 minutes, scratching and screaming, wanting to come in because I have a jacket that's like one of her favorite things in the world to just snuggle up and just sleep on. And so I put it on the bed here so that way she could snuggle up on it and be all chill. You, she's a weird one. She does all the most strangest of fucking things. And she wants to be here, chill with me, and be all cool and shit. But then the next minute, she's just fucking like, hey, I need out of here. I need out of here right now. She's like a little kid with ADHD. Just like
Hey, bro.
Winnie the Pooh.
Can I get some peanut butter? What the fuck?
I knew that was coming. I knew that shit was coming. I knew that shit was coming, man. God damn, I knew that was coming. So I knew a dude. I don't think he was all there. He was a friend of mine's like stepdad or whatever. I don't know what he was, to be honest with you. His mother dated the man at one point in time, but then they were no longer dating, but he just still lived there. It was very strange. It was a very strange thing. I was glad that I didn't have to live in that situation. But a friend of mine, he had to. And man, this dude was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich one day. My friend was. And he goes to look for the peanut butter and he can't find that peanut butter. He's like, "Oh my god, where the fuck is the peanut butter?" And when he says that, dude comes out of the fucking and says, "It's my peanut butter now." Like literally straight says, "It's my peanut butter now." We didn't connect the dots because, we were just teenagers and yeah, we would have, if we were making some kind of joke like that, but we weren't really connecting the dots. We weren't thinking like that in that moment in time. And he's he's like he was like, "Did you pay for that peanut butter?" "No." "Now give me my motherfucking peanut butter." And he was like, "You don't want this. You don't want this peanut butter. It's my peanut butter now." And at that moment, it clicked in my head. And I don't think my homeboy was really clicking because he wanted to continue to argue for the fucking peanut butter. And at that moment, I was like, bro, you don't want that peanut butter. Let's go outside. So I went outside, rolled up a joint, couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I was rolling a joint, laughing my ass off, and this dude literally is sitting there just completely bamboozled as to what's going on. And then as soon as I start talking about, sometimes people use inanimate objects to relieve themselves. As soon as I said that, it dawned on him and it clicked, and he was like, "Oh, that sick motherfucker!" It was the most funniest shit I've ever seen. He was so like he was out of the he was out of this world mad. I was just like,
Bruh.
I was dead. I couldn't stop fucking laughing. It was hilarious. But that actually happens, man. There's some dudes who just they ain't getting nothing. Like their left and their right is done lost all its appeal. So so they move on. God damn, do they move on? Woof.
Just woke up. But there's one thing that I warn you about when you move to Queensland. And it's the fucking frogs in the dunny. Oh, like I'm sick of going to the toilet living in fear if a frog's gonna jump up and slap me on the
Because I had an Australian friend. I knew that she was talking about in the bathroom, but I didn't hear immediately what she said. So I put it together as soon as she said jumping. I was like, oh, frogs, because there's certain places in Alabama that are just like Australia. Like, you ain't trying to fuck around and find out in any way. Like, in any way. We have certain places in Alabama that are literally Australia for America. There are certain spiders that'll fuck you up, certain snakes that'll fuck you up. There is frogs that'll fuck you up. There's certain things that you just ain't trying to do. And I remember there was this one place that I went to. It was like a truck stop area. I went to the bathroom because I had to go bad. And next thing you know, because I didn't pay no attention to the urinal. Like, I didn't pay no attention to what was going on. I just wanted to pee. That urinal was full of frogs. So as soon as I started peeing, they started jumping every fucking where. Thankfully, they didn't jump on my fucking tallywhacker or any of that shit. But god damn, I was fucking scared as fuck. I was out of this mind. I was just completely thrown back at how fucking scary a fucking frog can be. And fucking, I want to say it was close because I was coming back from a very long fishing trip, and it was probably about going on 1 a.m. Close to that time. It was very late, so I was sleepy. I was tired. I was ready to go to sleep. Wasn't paying no attention, and that shit scared the absolute shit out of me. 'Cause there was frogs jumping every fucking where. I done thought that I done pissed the plague out. I'm serious. I thought I pissed the plague completely out. I was like, oh my fucking god! I fucking started screaming. I ran out of there, and I was like, I thought about I pissed, and a whole bunch of frogs jumped, and God, he explained to me that frogs somehow come in through the actual shit. They come in through the sewers and shit. They come through the toilets, and then they get into the urinals, because I guess something in the urinals attracts them. I don't. It was very odd, very weird.
Nani. Like, look at this shit.
Yeah, see, that's what they were doing.
I just want to go.
They were doing that in the urinal. They were like going up inside of that one part where you wouldn't really see them unless you were paying attention. Like, you had to literally like look down into it and pay attention. And then go. You know, that's all we really got to do. And fucking, yeah, man. Frogs are crazy.
The fucking toilet was something touching me lips. God damn it.
Ugh.
Can you just back up, bro?
You just said it without saying it that way, goddamn.
Just trying to eat.
That boy say smoother than the ray of light. I shouldn't have wore these bitches in the daylight. I know I'm wrong. Forza Horizon, you
Going up and gonna be a damn man. I knew it was gonna be a damn man.
grandi Fonidini. Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon, you Lukatic. Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon, you X Buckets, Silis, X Wackets. Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon, you Molesting 5. Forza Horizon.
Alright, so 3, 2, 1, and scammer gets scammed.
So it's safe to say that you like Forza Horizon. I think it's safe to say that.
Buddy, that's what you get. You're not getting.
Dude is literally
Bruh.
like, you don't do that.
No, your gun's back. No.
He was late.
What's in my coffee? Hey? What's in my coffee? Oh, your whole leg.
He just stopped.
Watch this dumbass dog.
There you go.
There you go.
Listen to.
That motherfucker. Oh my god, he went flying.
Put on these glasses. You'll enter the world.
I'm 21 and my daughter's 15. Her teachers never take me seriously. 21, you were 6 years old when you had your daughter! You were 6 years old when you had your daughter!
Like, I don't want to believe that is in any way, shape, or form possible. Like, because that's just not possible. Like, you would have had to start a whole bunch of different processes, like at age 2. Like that would never be possible. Oh. That shit does do that. It'll like when you get up on somebody, it warps. It does all kinds of weird shit like that. That's funny as fuck. More people need to record that and post their own.
Oops, got your mental illness.
You give that back. That was a gift from my mother.
I feel that so much. I feel that so much.
Truth or dare? Dare. Okay, I dare you to call your dad and tell him that you're pregnant.
Okay. Hi, Dad. I have something that I have to tell you.
What is it?
I think I might be pregnant.
What? I thought we used protection.
Yeah, well, obviously it didn't work.
So what do you want to do now? Trying to keep it or...
Well, we can't get rid of it. It's our child.
Yeah, might as well keep it family, you know? What's your mom about to give?
I don't get why people like making these disgusting ass fucking jokes. I don't get it. I like here recently, incest has become such a fucking hilarious joke among the, and it's getting to the point to where I don't know if they're joking. You know what I mean? Because they always do it in like a self-deprecating way, like they're outing themselves as incest, even though they're not. Or I hope they're not. Fuck God, I hope they're not. Jesus Christ. Like, what if this is like some kind of weird side game and they're just like fucking just trying to make it out like it's all a joke and shit, but these people really are into some incestuous shit like that. Like they're fucking the real biological father and shit. Man, this is some fucked up shit. This is unusual. Jesus Christ, it's unusual. Why has this become a thing? It shouldn't be a thing. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be a thing. Why?
Bye, I love you. He needs some milk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah!
Oh no! The other ring fell! That's the term! No!
You don't even have a cat.
For a cat?
What's it for?
For me.
Sound of me slamming a door in a bitch's face. Coming at me with any of that fucking, I'm a cat, I'm a dog, get the hell on somewhere with that shit. The hell? no normal man wanting to fuck around with nobody like that. That's some of that weirdness. That weirdness is over 9,000.
It's over 9,000!
That's some of that shit you can't fuck with it. It's some hell no.
Hell no! To the no, no, no! Hell to the no!
Why you got me interrupting what I'm doing? Yeah, them. She's really good. She minds like a damn dog. I think all these years of me, because I don't want to get a dog until I can fence fully this one area in the way in the back of my yard, like way in the back, because pick animals super easily. So I don't want to. Let's talk about it. And I think she tries to act like a dog so that way I don't get a dog. Cause she does everything but fucking roll over and fucking play dead. Like that's literally the only thing she won't do. She's just like a dog. I tell her to do something, I snap my fingers and point at the area, she goes and does it right then and there. Like take that back. She only does it if I speak in a stern way. If I'm trying to do it nicely or something like that, she'll only do it if she wants to. Cause she's still a cat. But if I'm being stern with her and I'm like, you better fucking do it, I put off that energy, she damn sure does it right then on the spot. I heard bobcats can do that too. I don't know. I've never had a bobcat. I had one that I was friendly with. It was friendly to me, I mean. But it was never my pet or like lived with me or anything. It just came around. It was pretty cool. And it was funny because um, I lived like a duality of lives. Like during because I my father lived out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and my mother she lived in a city. So I got that city life and I got that country ass life. Week I'd be in the city, and during the weekends I'd be over out there in the woods, literally in the woods. And man, some crazy ass shit would always fuck it, because I would have the best of both worlds, so I was always prepared when I was out with my friends, because I got a lot of my friends that I grew up with who probably would have never wanted to fish a day in their life. I got them into fishing. So like I did a lot of crazy shit with some ghetto ass fucking people that I made them. I turned them essentially into ghetto country, because that's kind of what I was. Like I was like I had a lot of country ass things that I like to do. Like I like to hunt, you know. Well, that's outdoorsy, because I know a lot of guys who aren't country who hunt, so I can't really say that as country. But I can make moonshine. Like I actually legitimately know how to do it, so I guess that classifies me as country. There's a lot of weird classifications that people put for that terminology, but I honestly think it's really just people who are just simple. Like they keep things simple and just kind of like not like simple and stupid or anything, but like simple as in like they just kind of keep things easy going, chill. You know, they ain't gonna if they ain't got to work too hard, they ain't gonna do it. That kind of those kind of folks. Taking things at a steady pace, enjoying life. I think is a good thing that they do as well. Because most of them just most people that I've seen, like the country folks that I've seen that would be out in the woods and shit, they were all happy. So they had to have been enjoying the fuck out of their life. Anytime I'm in a city and shit, like a really crowded city, like if I go downtown, I fucking get angry. Like it causes anger to just rise inside of me. I don't know why. It just happens. So I can see that being a thing. Like city life just creating confliction, or big city life anyway. Because even the city that I grew up in isn't as big as this city. Like the city I grew up in was smaller. It was a city that's actually within a bigger city because Birmingham is, a big stretching area, but it's also still technically all these different little outlying cities within it. So it's kind of it was always confusing and never really taught correctly of what it was because you could live in say Gardendale, which was kind of like back in the day it was like a uppity type suburban type area and still be considered Birmingham. So, and that's why it was one of those things that was super fun. Technically live in the city. Improper as fuck. It was the most improper thing ever. It never made sense. That's why I don't like. I'm a firm believer that if you really want an education, don't rely on public education. If you need to, there's resources. There's fucking free resources. Actually, the Mises Institute offers numerous different free resources and learning things from economics and stuff. So, like, there's numerous things that you can teach yourself and learn a skill set, and vice versa. You could do the same thing over and over again, learning skill sets instead of being indoctrinated by some stupid bullshit. Like, yeah, the basic stuff that they teach in public schools is necessary for you to like get through and do things in life, such as reading, writing, arithmetic, basic arithmetic and shit. But all the other irrelevances is and will be always a cloud in the mind. It doesn't really fucking give you anything. To be fair, I have teachers here in this state, but except for actually, I take that back. There was like a handful of teachers, and when I say a handful, I can't really think of any of them except for three. So those three were, you know, the only ones that I can actually think of that were a decent person. They actually loved and cared about their job. So that shit's really fucking. How did I get on this subject? Freya, look what you've done. You caused a whole rail of things. Don't give me that sassy ass look. You caused me to go off the rails. He's like, don't look at me. Don't look at me with this. It's not my fault.
Google Play Store. Google Play Store. Okay.
Oh,
so,
that'll be 3.
10. Okay. So Google Chrome.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
This morning he really pissed me off. You know what he did? What? He opened the door for another girl.
She was in a wheelchair.
Why is this thing being stupid? Hold up. I am aware that that was a joke. I've seen that happen. Where you get mad that her man held the door for another woman. If a woman is coming, especially like, you know, someone, you know, smaller frame or something, and you help, you're just supposed to help people through the door no matter what. If you're going through the door and they're coming in, you hold the door. Now, if somebody sees somebody coming from a while off and then they decide to hold the door, that might be cause for some suspicion on that part, you know, because it's like, why the fuck did you wait that long to fucking hold the door? You know, they could have got the door by the time you already got into your car, you know, that kind of situation. You know, if something like that happened, then yeah. But I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but where I'm from and the way we were raised, everybody holds the door. Like we're taught that shit even in public schools. Like just you hold the door when you're going out it and someone else is coming. Like if you're the first one out, hold the door. You know, especially you know, it was taught to us, you know, as males, you know, if we're going out the door and if there's a male behind you, you offer to hold the door, you know, or you just hold the door, you know. And if they want to grab it, you know, they'll put their hands on it. Most men, when we are helping another man, we tend to like try to create a team effort by doing both efforts. And as soon as another male was to put his hand on the door, that was your cue to just release and move forward. You know, because you know he's got it. He's got it. You know that's a universal sign amongst males. You know, telling another male, it's good. I got it. Thank you. You know, that's you don't even have to say thank you. That's the thank you, all in one motion. And so we understand it as males. It's just a thing. And if there's a female, you're supposed to hold it. You know, and that's you know that was the way it was taught, and that was the common thing. But there is a lot of masculine ass females these days, so they like to do some weird shit sometimes, and I always find it funny because I have this very passive way of feminizing masculine females and making them resort back to their feminine ways. Like it's 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 simple behavior that you would have to be a complete bitch or a fucking cunt to just not go along with it. And it's just simple behavior. What the fuck, dude? The fuck did you do that? See, I like certain foods, especially if I made it. So I like to take a picture of it and everything. If somebody did that shit to me, I'd be mad as fuck. I'd be like, man, you want to fight? Now we fight. Every time she pulled the thing, the cat would lick. Like, ah. It was just not in the fucking cards for this guy. This man was just not having it that day.
Hey, yo.
18 years
What the fuck?
Olympics, and you swam. Honestly, your third leg was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean...
Jazz, I think we have another customer.
I think I know what she was trying to say, like the third leg of the race, maybe. But boy, that.
Hello.
Hi. I saw you during a car wash.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the donations for?
It's for my friend Lynn here. She's transgender and we're trying to raise money for her hormones, so it's for a good cause.
Do you call that a good cause?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
It's probably safe to say that that little boy not feeling because the new footage that's released about Jazz is quite alarming. I hope that it's not one of those situations where the mother son to be a daughter. I'm hoping that's not the situation. But that has been something that has gone on throughout history. There's historical times where things have happened like that. And it in itself is a mental illness that I don't think many people are even. Been doing something weird. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. I've had this one for how long now? I think a couple of years now. It might be time for a brand new mic. Because I gotta be like right here in order, and you can't even see my face once. So it's like, yeah, once the green light hits, you can't see my face. I have to be back here in order. And being back here, you don't really. I have to talk really fucking loud in order to be heard. So. That's what happens when you look so fucking trashy. The this newer generation, they have this like very trashy way of presenting themselves. And when I say trashy, I mean they look like they're on drugs. Like honestly, but most of them aren't. That's the worst problem. The worst problem is that a lot of them aren't on drugs. So they just choose to look like that. But they look homeless, and the guy thought they were homeless, so he was going to come up and give them some money. And he had to explain, no, we're not homeless, but it's pretty much melted. That's what happens when it sits in my hand. I don't know. Most guys, we all burn in like we have a really hot core temperature for some reason, or at least we radiate heat. We don't have a temperature because I've measured my temperature. I'm in 98 all the time, and or not 98. Yeah, 98. It's 98, and fucking the the temperature that I radiate though, you would think would be much higher than 98 degrees. It's very interesting. Bullying me. They fucking wanted to pull all the weed out of it. And because I use a toker poker, and when I was poking it, it fucking feeling a clump. Thumbnail and was like, "Oh shit, it's Democrats." Oh shit, it's old school Democrats. So, shit, old school Democrats. But just to keep it fresh in people's minds that that's what Democrats are. Were, are, were, are. I don't know. I still, I'm still on the fence. They that like because many of them have proven to me that they would, you know, I have friends that are, very liberal Democratic people, and uh, they have proven to me that they want the American dream to continue. They believe in every one of the amendments, and especially the Second Amendment, because it protects all of the other amendments. It's what helps preserve all the other amendments, and they're smart enough to understand that. But then there's this group that seems like there's a lot of naive ones, and some that are very understanding that once you dismantle the Constitution and stuff that it stands for, you can start to do other shit, malicious stuff. So, it's those that I'm speaking on when I say it's Democrats, you know. It's those that I speak ill of. The ones that continue to want the American dream to go on and everybody have a nice, good life, you know, and those who want to bring us out of this recession that we are in. We essentially been in it from the get from for a while now, but they're just now wanting to admit that we're in one. So I think it's about time that the ones that are, and I have faith that, you know, the right people are starting to voice themselves, that they're tired of all these weird shenanigans going on. This is some weird shit up in this fucking shit, man. Good God Almighty with their fucking thumbnails. Let's get the hell out of here with that. Anyway, I am going to now play some. I have recently downloaded and started a DLC sized mod that essentially a whole new story. It's supposed to be about 4 to 5 hours long. Smooth, kind of just makes me think she's dead. She's a spirit. Like, that's what the way it looks anyway. Uh-huh. Got some weird shit going on, man. I get alerts for local things and wild shit going on out there. Any hoot. Let us play some motherfucking Fallout. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I do believe that I'm gonna do the London one. Oh, what the fuck happened there? Yeah, for some reason these are not popping up. I don't know why, but they ain't. It's fucking weird as fuck. Like, they're just not popping up in any of the plans or anything. I don't know if I have to like go get them somewhere. They're just not popping up. All the just the regular old shit that I got down. That's all popping up. I said that like I was, yeah, I ain't moved over yet. Shit, I already got 7 hours in that motherfucker? No way. No way. I swear I ain't playing shit.
Let's just get going.
And her name is Kit. So I feel like she's like, I feel like she ain't real. Like she's a synth or something. Anyway, where are we going? We're going out. Said it was like 4 to 5 hours long. Like, I guess that's if you like take your time and speed through it, I guess. That's pretty fucking dope. What I don't know if y'all read what was up in the top corner there. That her affinity system, if it really does do that, it's gonna definitely come in handy. Yeah, I got a blunt of purple kush. I was smoking.
Hey.
Oh. Oh. Hey.
She's gonna do some serious damage. I was wondering why it's all hazy, but if it, like I said, I was smoking that purple kush blunt. It makes everything a little hazy. Gotta be very careful.
And just like that, the game just collapsed. It is heavily modded, that's probably why. For some reason, it's not. It's like way behind. I'm supposed to have a bit of a delay here with this, but it's not that it's supposed to be that delayed. And it could be all these that are causing it, because they aren't showing up, and if they're not showing up, that's because of the fact that they're a lot of shit just doesn't download right and it causes issues. That's the main problem with dealing with fire games, and it just collapsed again. Something's up. Hold on. Now I'm starting to think it's not the. Yeah, it's saying that it dropped like a shitload of frames. Yeah, that's not no good. Man, the fucking delay on this. Like, I'm looking at my feed and I'm still in the mod menu over here. Fucking A. And how am I dropping frames when I'm not even on the game? What the fuck is going on here? I could be having to update something. That might be. Yes, that's what it is. Jesus Christ. It's a fucking update. Wow. And it started around the time we were halfway through the video. That's when they pushed this update. Jesus Christ. That's why everything started acting really weird. That's why I started having static and shit. I get it. I see it. I see what had happened. Well, I still have enough time to update it and come back. Yeah, I should have enough time to do it. Good. Keyword. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call it here so that way I can update everything. Actually, there's a whole bunch of updates. Everything from my firmware to shit. There's a whole bunch. Okay. Anyway, I'll be back as soon as this is done, and stay strong.